Hello there, welcome to Jim's Cantina. As you know, this video is exactly the same as all my others, except I have a drink. No guest on Jim's Cantina this week. I do have some more guests coming up, and I do have some ideas for some guests in the future. But Jim's Cantina has always been a place where I can literally just sit and talk about Star Wars, and talk about whatever it is that I feel like, rather than it being a specific like Lego or lightsaber or whatever. And we've hit a pretty big milestone here. Last week was my 2-year anniversary on YouTube for Fulcrum and the Force, which is awesome. Like I love doing this. I love this hobby. It brings me joy, and I'm gonna just keep that going forward. Everything you've seen before is exactly the same as everything you're going to see in the future. Maybe a few extra things, new ideas and that, but nothing crazy. If you're here for what I do, then look forward to the future, because it's always going to be the same. I'm super thankful for all my subscribers. Honestly, I don't push my channel as much as a lot of people say I should. But that's because it's a hobby and I want to keep it a hobby. And sometimes I've done things in the past where it's gotten past the point of a hobby where you feel like you're under pressure to do stuff. And then that's when I don't enjoy it anymore. So this is always going to be my hobby, and I'm always going to take joy in it. And so I'm going to deal with the channel as I deal with it currently. But, we're nearly on 650 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you, everybody, to subscribe if you aren't. Do the thing. I'm going to put the thing up now. Let's do it early. Yeah, let's put it up now. Do the subscribe, the bell, the whatevers, the likes. That's it. Follow me on Instagram at Fulcrum Force, because that's where I post most stuff. But yeah, I wanted to give you kind of an update of what's going on, why I haven't done a video last week. I was on holiday last week. I had a lovely time down in Cornwall. I didn't have anything prepared to come out while I was away. And that's because things have gotten really busy. Now, it's crazy. 2 years ago when I started this, it was very different. Like, none of this existed. Literally none of this existed. I was in a different place. It was very, very small channel, very much like, obviously it was a small channel and just started, but like, it was just me sitting on the side of my bed with, I had these posters, these sequel trilogy posters behind me, and like one saber, I think. And very different. My hair was very different. I had long blonde hair back then. And then it was red. No, then it was blue, then it was red, and then I cut it all off, and it's all dark grey now. So a lot's changed, but also other things have changed. Like back then, I was just reviewing a couple of bits and pieces as and when I got them. My Lego has exploded. Like the amount of Lego I've got. I want to do a tour, because I've now set it all up in my other room. All on like a massive unit. If you've been on Instagram, you will have seen it. It's a massive unit full of Lego, and I'm like, I need to do a tour of that as soon as I've built all my sets. And then I just keep buying more sets. I've got like 6 sets under my table ready to be built that I haven't done yet. And it's about to be August 1st. Loads of new sets coming out. I'm going to have a load more to do. But I will get around to it at some point, maybe September time. That would be cool. But why have I been so busy? Well, if you've been following me on the Instagram, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I now work for Padawan Outpost, which is crazy. Like 2 years ago, I had like one saber, and now I work for a lightsaber company, and one of the best as well. Like Jazz and Dave over there, I absolutely adore them, and I love working with them. It's super fun. It's just cool to be able to hang out with people that you can talk lightsabers with all the time. It's fantastic. Now, that doesn't mean to say that my channel's going to move forward to being just Padawan Outpost lightsabers. Not at all. There will be a bigger influx of those just because I have more access to them, and I can borrow them, take them back. Because that's the other problem I'm having is I've run out of space. So some sabers I won't be keeping anymore. I will be sending them back. Still doing all my stuff with Force Sabers UK as well. Love them over there. They're awesome. They've been there from very early on this channel, and they've helped me keep my content up. So, you know what? Great company, great sabers. The support they've shown me has been second to none through this whole time, and I'm so thankful for that. And I get super happy when someone messages me and says, "Oh, I saw your Force Sabers review and I'm going to get one now." And I'm like, that's awesome, because I love their sabers, and I like it when people get into that too. So we've still got Force Sabers stuff coming. We've nearly reviewed every single one of their budget sabers. I think we're not far off, like 3 or 4 hilts, and we're done with all their budget stuff, which means we're now going to be moving on to their other hilts. I know there's a couple coming my way that I'm looking forward to reviewing. I know the Curved Raptor hopefully will be with me soonish. That's going to be fun to check out. I haven't really played much with a curved hilt. I had the Hasbro Dooku that I reviewed, which was a beast. But I'm looking forward to a curved hilt that's a bit more usable. So that should be fun. So still got Force Saber stuff. Still got have bigger influx of Padawan Outpost stuff. I don't want to keep this channel just lightsabers. It feels like it's been very, very much that for a while, and obviously I love sabers. They're the best. Like, I mean, look at how cool does that look, right? But I do want to keep things, you know, mixed up. I do want to change things up a little bit. I have been working on a cosplay. If you've seen me over on Instagram, you'd have seen I have my Ahsoka Tano Mandalorian helmet that I made. Not made. I customized a prototype Boba Fett. So if you can hear extra sounds like the windows open, it has to be. It's so hot in London currently. I have to have some kind of breeze. So I apologise if there's external sounds. Yeah, I did a custom Mando Ahsoka Tano helmet, and I've actually built the rest. I've not completed it, but I've built a lot of the rest of the costume to go with it. So I was thinking about doing like a breakdown video of that and how I made it, because I've never done anything like that before. It's all done with foam, and I never worked with foam before, so this was kind of like my first introduction to it. So I thought it might be cool to show you that, show you the pieces that I've made and how I made them. Something a bit different. I thought that would be cool. More Lego. I want to do more Lego reviews. I know I keep saying it, but I know I'm slack, and I want to do new Lego reviews. I want to do old Lego reviews. I want to try and do a couple a month at least, because I love my Lego and I don't review it enough, because there's been so many sabers, because I've had so many sabers to review. That's not slowing down. Along with working with Padawan Outpost, obviously I still have, like I said, my Force Sabers hilts coming in. I have Padawan Outpost hilts that I can check out, but I've had other hilts as well. Let me show you a couple. I've got a couple here. I don't have any new Force Sabers ones at the moment, but I have my most recent. This one I did actually buy myself. It's the Ben 1 from Padawan Outpost, the Kenobi hilt, which I'm going to do a full review of. I took this down to Cornwall with me and did some photos and some videos with it, which was super fun. So yeah, I'm going to do a review of this one. Actually, this kind of goes in hand with the whole Lego thing. I do now have the internals in this saber. Yeah, this saber. Yeah, it's a Pack Store Lego hilt. That's Pack Store Balls of Dragon Slayer, and the chassis slide in and slide out. So I now do have internals for this, so I'll be able to put the internals in this and do a proper full review of my Lego hilt, which I'm really looking forward to. Another one that's quite exciting, DC Sabres sent me over a hilt to check out. It's called the Alfheim. The Alfheim. However you pronounce it. So I've got that here too, which I'm going to be doing a review of very shortly. Very nice hilt. So yeah, so I've got like, I do have a bunch of other sabres to do that aren't just from Force Sabres, which is super cool. And then there's other things like I just got some new trainers that I'm going to do I think I'm going to do an unboxing of. Like, obviously I've unboxed them already, but to properly show you the box and show you the trainers themselves, I figured that was something a bit different. Just to mix things up. But this video is mainly to throw it out to you and say, hey, it's been 2 years. Thanks for subscribing. Even if you're a brand new subscriber, tell me what you'd like to see on my channel. What things, my mind went totally blank then. What you would like to see, whether it's more Lego or whether it's Black Series figure reviews, because I've got a ton of those. What you would prefer to see. More instruction videos, like I recently did my What Does It All Mean lightsaber buying guide, and I have in the past made a couple of how-to videos using hilts. How to use an RGB, how to use a Xeno. I never uploaded them. They went on Force Sabres site. They were specifically for them, but I was thinking maybe I could do one for this channel. Lots of different ones, because I can do how to use RGB, how to use Profi, how to use CFX, and now how to use Golden Harvest as well, and how to use Xenopixel. So I was thinking maybe do like one each of those, a how-to guide, because obviously when you get them, you get your little cards on how to do stuff, but sometimes I feel it's easier to watch someone do it. So I was thinking about doing that, but let me know what you think. But yeah, it's been exciting and I've been really enjoying this. I think the biggest thing I've got out of this, more than just the enjoyment of doing these videos, is the people I've met and the genuine friends that I've made through this. I know it's just like, what do you mean? Why are you so surprised that you made friends through this? It's just like, you come across people, like as time goes on, you get to know people in the community and you're just like, hi, but there are some that I've become genuinely close with and do class among some of my best friends. And I think I'm not going to sit here and name anyone, because like I'll end up accidentally leaving someone out and then I'll feel like I've disappointed them, and I don't like ever disappointing anybody. But you guys know who you are. You guys that I chat with all the time, you know who you are. And that's been awesome. That's been the nicest part, because of that, it's kept my passion up for this as well, and like I love Star Wars so much. Like I love every part of it, and I love having discussions with people about it, even people that don't like every part of it. I feel like I've been very, very lucky in that I've met a lot of people that even if they don't like part of it, they're super respectful, and like you could be like, nah, that's not my favourite, but and that's been the nicest part, because you don't have to like everything. That's totally cool. There are some bits where you're like, listen, I really don't like that. That's cool, but understand that there are people that do enjoy it, and just be like, oh, nice, I'm glad you get something out of that, because that's the most important part. It's just being like, I love it when someone gets something different out of something. Like, there's stuff that I don't necessarily like, but I see people that love it, and I'm like, that's really cool, because then it means that it's reaching everybody, in different ways, and we can have discussions about it. and not everybody thinks the same way, and that's what makes it fun. Like if you saw my last Cantina video with Sems and our lists of Star Wars films ranked, you'll see how different certain elements are and how we feel about certain. And I like that. That's the part that I enjoy. And thankfully, most of the people, I'd say 90% of the people that I've come across are super respectful about things like that. And I'm really thankful for that, because this fan base, let's say fan base is a better way to put it, can be very hard sometimes. And there's layers to it. Like, there are elitists, there are like, oh my goodness me, if you don't like this, then you're clearly not a Star Wars fan. And it's just like, bro, we're all Star Wars fans, come on. Let's not be ridiculous. So it can be very, very difficult. And I know I like to think that I bring positivity to everything, even if it's something that I don't necessarily enjoy. That's what I try and put out anyway. And what I found is like, that's what I get back. And that's how I think we should all be. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, that's kind of how I like, you put the good out and you get the good back. And that makes everything better. So I'm going to continue to do that on this channel. Keep messaging me, asking me questions. I've had loads of people ask me questions about sabers. I love them. Loads of people asking me questions in the comments. I love them. I'll always do my best to reply with the information you require, or just reply in general, or even if it's just a nice thing, just a little like, comment. I try to interact with everybody, because again, it's all about giving out there to get back, and everybody out there that interacts with me are as much of a part of this as I am, because without that, there's no point in me doing this. But yeah, I just thought, it's been 2 years. Let's give a quick breakdown of what's been going on, where we're going. I am hoping that even though I am a lot busier now with the job, I'm still able to pump out these videos a bit more often. Like, I've been pretty good recently with getting a couple out a week. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to stick with getting out a couple a week, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. I try not to put too much pressure on myself with things like that, because when I put pressure on myself, I get anxiety about things, and then I don't do anything. So I just kind of go with the flow, and I'm like, oh, hey, it'd be nice to do a video about this, and that's when I do them. As you see, I've got a bunch of stuff I want to do videos on, so they will be up in the not too distant future. But thanks for joining me at the Cantina. Like I said, more guests coming up soon. We've got the Real Jedi Princess, Natalia. She's coming on next. I'm looking forward to having a sit-down chat with her. I was just on her channel. Make sure you go and subscribe to her channel, The Real Jedi Princess. I'll put a link down below. Because she's finally got her podcast up and running, which is awesome, and she's getting out loads of content. And I was the first guest on her podcast, and I'm forever grateful for being that. And we talked about Star Wars games, which was cool, because it's just like, a lot of time you just kind of get caught up in the current stuff that's going on, and you talk about just that. So to be able to go and talk about something else was super cool. She's got cosplay stuff on there. I know Sam from Absolute Sabers was on the last one talking about sabers, unsurprisingly. And I will be going back on there talking about extended universe stuff, which I'm a big fan of, so I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you subscribe to her so you don't miss that. Subscribe here. I've already told you the thing. We've already had the things going on. But yeah, things coming up. She's next. And then there might be an interesting one coming soon as well. There's lots of ideas I have for Jim's Cantina, and a couple of other projects as well that we've got coming up. So stick with us, with me, just me. It's nobody else here. Stick with me, and I'll just keep putting out content if you keep watching it. Does that sound like a good deal? All right then. But until next time, don't forget, we are one with the Force, and the Force is with us.